Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Anthony or Big B Stats, and in today's video I'm going to be going over all the secrets found in Piggy Book 2 Chapter 10, which took place inside of the temple. This is going to be a very interesting video, and you might see some secrets in here that you did not even notice, and this was probably one of the most key chapters in the entire Piggy series. But if you do enjoy today's video, remember to leave a like on it and feel free to subscribe for more. And if you want to show your further support to me, you can always use star code BIGB2 when purchasing Robux or Premium. So again, I'm just going to be going over all the secrets. If you do have any secrets that maybe I missed, make sure to comment them down below and I'll be sure to cover them in the next video. However, I'm going to start out by going over all the notes, but I do want to say that this chapter was amazing, and I will also mention that some of the secrets in today's video will be from the Savior ending. Now, bear in mind, the Savior and the Survivor ending are completely different. I mean, if you didn't get the Savior ending, you're missing out, which means you need to pretty much go back and beat, I believe it is, I don't want to say it's actually Port, it's actually the one before that. So you need to actually beat Factory. Yeah, you need to beat Factory and make sure you save all the TSP members in order to get Mimi on your side throughout the rest of the chapter. So once you actually do that, then you can get the Savior ending for this one. And again, they are completely different. You don't even see anything with this Insolence mystery person at all in the Survivor ending. So I highly recommend, if you have not got the Savior ending, make sure to do so. So anyway, guys, here we go. Now, in that ending, they do talk briefly about the cure, but nothing really too key. Is some really cool, interesting points, but nothing like this Insolence ending was just amazing. But let's go and roll into our very first note here. So our very first note was found inside of the laboratory. There's actually 3 notes in this room, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about these notes in here. So this first note says, they say you can tell a lot from someone by just looking at them. After looking through personal records of many people, I've come to the conclusion that green means they used to be independent. Wow. So very, very interesting, guys, there. So green means that the character used to be independent. Now, that is quite awesome due to the fact that we do have some Piggy characters that are also with green eyes. So if we had to think of characters who had green eyes, let's say in Piggy, we have characters like Bess, but that was also just one of the members that was kind of added in at least. We even had someone with green eyes. Kona also would have green eyes if he was infected as well, because that's also in the role play, and I'm pretty sure that would definitely be it. We also had one eye from Badgie, who was also green. Kowali also had a green eye as well, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Clowny also had a green eye as well, which Clowny was also independent too. So quite interesting to know. Very, very interesting there at least. You know, we have Dessa, who also has green eyes. So very, very good here. So that's something to know. We now know what the green eye stands for. So next up, let's check out this next note. And this next note is actually in the file cabinet. And it says, looks like I actually dug into a historical site twice. Well, hopefully the government doesn't find out. K. Now K stands for Kona. Obviously this is in the lab. Now I don't know if he means by the first historical site was actually the one in the previous chapter, Docks, because in Docks down below, that was a historical site where we also saw those tombstones with Milo, etc., etc. And here, under here is an actual temple, and I'm thinking that's exactly what he means here by twice. So very interesting, and Kona is waking up a lot of trouble. Now, we also have another note that's on the table that says, Robbie was one of the earlier prototypes. He got into trouble a lot. He was embarrassing out in public. Now, I couldn't ask for a better friend. So there we have it. So I'm assuming that's probably why the reason. Now this is going to be very, very key. So remember this a lot. Remember about this Roby, because this is going to be very, again, very key here. So that is another note. We also have another note as well, which was actually in the, this was kind of like in the, on the hallway bit by the spider web. And this one says, now the orange ones, I've got nothing. they are all very different than the others, like very different. In the blink of an eye, they can travel a great distance. They are normally seen in packs. Now, what this note is referring to is the insolence. So whoever pretty much has orange eyes is a part of the insolence and is basically under control under this insolence mystery person. So these are characters like Alphys, well, you know, Marcus, Mary, Mr. Stitchy, etc., etc. Tigrery will also have orange eyes, so I do think Tigrery will be wrapped into this as well. So that is also something to take into account because they can teleport through these portals. Then we have another note which was also outside, which says, our bombs are showing very little effectiveness against the hordes approaching. Outpost Echo has been silent, but we must follow our orders and wait for a signal. Now, always remember there was something, don't trust the SI. I feel like that is don't trust the signal. So it's something we have to wait for, but it looks like this was something left by the military, possibly. Now, we also had some of these secret things on the wall too, which also tied into the actual, you know, new mechanic at the end to open up the door. And when you get by the door, there is another note which says, to any travelers attempting to use the tunnel to the surface, this guide may prove useful. To solve this, all you need, and it was like, it just cuts off in the snow. And I'm pretty sure it says something, you know, all you need to do is blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure that's maybe how you actually solve this thing, at least. But yeah, that was a pretty cool note there. And we also have our final note here. Well, one of our final ones, second to last one, which says patient 0 could not be found. However, we've tracked down one of the first subjects who have been administered the potion. We must act fast while the sample is still pure. So I'm pretty much, again, this is the military, and I'm pretty sure they have somehow figured out and found a cure, but they are keeping it to themselves, which Willow does mention in the ending, at least. Well, that's what Willow thinks. And then last up, we do have a note, which is pretty much a Morse code note here. And we're not really sure exactly what this means yet, but we will be working on trying to solve this. The whole Piggy community is trying to solve this, which is actually found in the ending. So whenever this is solved, I will be sure to let you all know. And those are pretty much all the secrets with the notes. Now, there was some very cool things in this chapter that you may have not noticed. Like, there is also a question mark on the wall. Basically, when you use the shovel and go into that room, you can bring the candle and use it on the wall, and you are able to activate a teleporter, kind of like the insolence teleporter, and you can actually walk through the wall. So this is how the insolence are teleporting through an instant through these portals that you do see in the end of the Piggy Book 2 chapter 10 chapter, at least. So this was also quite interesting. I think that white question mark did represent that question mark in the middle of the insolence eye. But overall, guys, that's pretty much all the secrets within the map, at least. Again, it was some very phenomenal ones, but I think it's more important that, you know, we take point on the secrets that was actually in the ending, because this is very, very key. In the ending of the chapter, again, was amazing. Again, by far the best. So I'm going to point out some secrets that were actually in the ending. So one of the secrets that we have is that obviously Bunny, Zizzy, and Doggy are in this sort of memory, at least. Now, the thing is that these are hallucinations and they are not real. The insolent monster is trying to use this to get us to pretty much join him for the most part. So, you know, he talked about the memories, the hallucinations, you know, the whispers, and he's again been very fascinated with us, and he is trying to get us on his side. Now, I did think at this point we were going to have a chance to actually kind of be on their side, but come to think about it, these might be characters that are actually trapped in this realm. Now, I'm going to explain this. Not only are they in our memories, but maybe they are trapped, and this insolent, you know, creature or person actually managed to persuade and bribe them to come into this realm. So I do feel like these characters, which I'm about to name off, are taken by this person. And this person is going to be, first off, I do think Bunny. Why? Because Bunny was in a state of kind of left alone, infected, sad and yeah, just pretty much left alone. And this is where this is the prime time that this insolent monster or person actually comes in and bribes you and says, you know, hey, do you want to see your family again? Do you want to see your friends again? And then that's how he gets you. So Bunny, I think, is one. Zizzy as well, as Zizzy is infected, has no friends, has no family, and then you start hearing these voices of saying, hey, join me. You can hear your family, you can see your family, you can see your friends. So Zizzy is also another. I also think Rash, as well, as Rash is left alone, possibly out there. Although I do think this, you know, insolence person is using Tigery and using Rash as saying, you know, hey, do you want to see your friend again? Join my side, you know, find the cure and give it to me, and I'll give you my friend. In reality, I think this insolence person wants to destroy the cure. So that's also another one. I do think Mr. P as well. Why? Because Mr. P was also left alone and pretty much at his lowest point in the end of Piggy Book 2 chapter 12, and we haven't even seen him. So I do think maybe Mr. P is somewhere in this realm. I mean, Mr. P has no family. He was ruined, and this thing gets in your mind when you're at a weak state, as Pony did mention too. So almost got to Pony as well, because Pony did do some guilty things, and Mr. P did also some guilty things as well. And Doggy is also infected, away from the friends, and it almost seems that it doesn't matter if they're infected or not infected, this person can get to you. So very, very interesting here, guys. And again, there are some, again, major spoilers obviously here, but this was amazing. We also going to find out more about what Pony did, but as far as secrets, I mean, that pretty much sums it up for some of the secrets. Obviously, we do have that signal at the very end, which I am going to be covering up a video on what I think the next chapter will be. So I do think that signal does actually mean something, and in the next chapter we will possibly have that where Pony is walking towards there, and that's where we actually get the scene from the Journey Continues teaser that we got like a year ago. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to wrap it up for the video. I thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and share, and also feel free to subscribe for more. And if you're new, make sure to comment down below if you guys have any secrets or predictions. I'll be sure to be checking them out, and I'll also include some predictions in our prediction video, which should be out maybe tomorrow or tonight. But thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.